Tell me who you are and what you do.
My name is Dan Kayetsu. I'm a Muay Thai instructor and also a crew Muay for Muay Thai Boran.
And can you tell us what Muay Thai Boran is all about? A little bit of the history.
Muay Thai Boran is the ancient original style of modern day Muay Thai. So the way it was used before in ancient Siam, it was used on the battlefield with the Thai martial arts. The Thai martial art is called Kabi Kabong, and that's their weapon system. They would use spears, pikes, swords. The way it worked is when soldiers lost their weapons on the battlefield, they had to resort to hand-to-hand combat, and that's where Muay Thai and Muay Boran came into the picture.
Can you tell us a little bit about the movements that you were talking about, what they're called, that's similar to kata in some respects?
So the movements that we're going to be demonstrated are called Mei Mai, and Mei Mai roughly translates to master techniques. So there are 15 different movements amongst the different styles of Muay Thai and Muay Boran, and they're generally agreed upon. Each style, they have their own version of Mei Mai. The minor techniques that complement the Mei Mai are called Luk Mai.
And are these techniques put together into any kind of series, or are they free form? Or
the techniques can be taught in both forms. Free form, we can demonstrate to practice the art, practice the basic of the movement, but also for application, we need another person to understand how these movements actually come about, how they are used, how they tie together. Helping me demonstrate these 15 movements is Zay Tong.
Awesome. I'm going to I might ask some stupid questions because this is a learning experience for me too. So I see all these movies with Tony Jaa in it, and a lot of them, they have like Buddhist temples. Is there any kind of Buddhist temple connection?
Well, the monks were generally the people who would educate other people about the Muay Thai. So it was practiced at the temples. It was demonstrated in temple fairs, festivals. Also, Muay Boran was, training purposes, and soldiers would compete for the right to be a king's bodyguard by using competition in Muay Boran.
Kind of going back to the Buddhist monk question. So, for instance, for Okinawa martial arts, okay, they kind of trace the lineage back to the Shaolin Temple. I don't know if, is there any kind of immigration from any place, or did it just spring up in Thailand fully formed? Or tell me more about the history. I'm really enthused about the history.
Well, Muay Boran is ancient art. It's records over 2,000 years old. Peoples from Indochina migrated throughout Thailand, and different aspects of the martial arts that they practice were translated into what we now know as Muay Thai and Muay Boran.
Nice. Okay. And what are the techniques that you're going to show us again today?
There are 15 movements under the name Mei Mai. They all have different Thai names and different meanings. The first movement is called Salaphampla. Salaphampla roughly translates to fish teeth. Yeah, the zigzag, crooked look of a fish tooth, that's how the body's movement is going to be following. So a lot of these techniques in Mei Mai, they are taken from what the Thais would see in their everyday lives. They're animal movements, they're people movements, they're things that they saw in everyday life, and they translated it to martial arts. So the first one is called Salaphampla. The second movement is called Paksa Wei Klang. Paksa Wei Klang basically means bird peeping through the nest. Number 3 is called Chawa Sad Hok. This translates to Chawa throws the spear. Number 4 is Inao Tangrid. This is Inao stabs with his knife. The fourth movement is called Jokao Prasmen, and that translates to lifting up the Sumer Mountains. Number 6 is called Tatem Kampak, and this translates to old man holding up the melon. Number 7, Mon Yarak. This is Mon supporting the pillar. Number 8 is called Bakluk Toy. And Bakluk Toy means impaling the stake. Okay. From there we have some animal movements. Number 9 is called Jorke Fadhang. Jorke Fadhang means crocodile thrashes its tail. We also have number 10, Haknon Airia. This roughly translates to breaking the elephant's tusks. Number 11 is called Naka Bithang. This is the serpent twists its tails. Number 12 is Bitlum Hokrap, bird somersaults. Number 13 is Dap Chawara, extinguishing the lamps. Number 14, Kunyak Japling, giant catches a monkey. And the last movement is called Hakkor Erawan. Hakkor Erawan means breaking the elephant's neck.
Awesome. Thank you so much.